Jude Kirton-Darling, MEP from the North East of England. How is this question of citizenship and EU membership affecting your constituents?
Well, it's affecting some of my constituents very, very personally. We have smaller than other regions, but a large population of EU nationals living in the North East who are really concerned about what Brexit means for their families, for their futures, for their work, for the fact that they've settled in the North East. They're contributing to our communities and economy. And now, in the last 10 months, they've been offered absolutely no reassurance about what their future holds. So we're getting a lot of casework from people across the region, raising really basic questions, asking if they are going to be asked to leave, asking questions about the legal process, about their rights. So it's creating a lot of work for us as an MEP's office. And equally, there are lots of people from the North East who've decided to live or work somewhere else in the European Union, and they're in an equally precarious position. So we're having, if you like, expat North East residents also contacting us to raise concerns. So there are a lot of people who, you know, their lives are completely thrown up in the air by the Brexit vote, and neither the government nor the EU authorities are offering any kind of assurances about their future.
Theresa, we have a general election coming up. Theresa May is promising that she would be the best person to lead us into a strong and stable future. Where do you think she stands on this? Will she be willing to guarantee those rights, and will that be enough for the European negotiators?
Well, Theresa May has made people's rights and people's lives a bargaining chip in these negotiations. It would have been perfectly possible for her to unilaterally offer EU nationals a guarantee following Brexit. It would have taken away a lot of the anxiety and the uncertainty. It would have been much more humane, and it probably would have created a negotiating environment where other EU countries would have done a reciprocal arrangement, and we would have already have some kind of deal on the table at the moment as we speak. The fact that she's said that she's willing, but she's hiding behind process, shows that she's not really willing. And do I think that Theresa May will offer us a strong and stable exit from the European Union? I think that up till now she's done everything to poison the negotiations. The atmosphere is terrible. She's using party politics in the UK to basically bash the people that we now need to negotiate with, and that's a terrible way to go into negotiations. I know from my background as a trade unionist, to get a good deal, you have to come together at the negotiating table. You have to create the right atmosphere, and you know, taking the EU Commission and the other negotiators to task in the tabloids is not the way that you create the environment to get a good deal for Brexit, which is what we need for Britain if we're not going to be devastated by our exit from the EU.